Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This video is a candle review video, and I have a little over 20 candles here that I've been working on since my last candle review video, which I want to say was November or December. I think it was when I was still in my boot, so I I think it was in November or December. So I have a candle crock downstairs in my kitchen that I have going most of the time 24 hours a day, and I melt a complimentary scent to the wax that I have going in my wax warmers downstairs. So I always have a candle going, and sometimes I don't turn my warmers on during the day downstairs and just put a candle that I might not have any wax to melt that would accompany it very well. Right now I have Tree Farm from Bath and Body Works down there right now, and pine mixes well with a lot of things, and it's honestly been in for 3 or 4 days, 24 hours a day, and I can still smell it. So it's a strong candle. But I have been melting different things downstairs, fruit and bakery and those items, those types. So I am able to use my candles, and trust me, I have hundreds of candles. I haven't even made a dent. I'm starting to make a dent. I've made a baby dent, but most of these are Bath and Body Works with a couple of Goose Creek. So let's get started. Okay, candles. Some of these I partially burned, and some of them I burned and then put into the crock. Some of them I only put into the crock. So just letting you know that. Okay, first one of my favorites, Peppermint Sugar Cookie from Bath and Body Works. This is a candle that I bought in 2020. Yeah, 2020. I'm looking at the code on the bottom of the jar, 2020. And I think I have 3 more of these left in my collection. I love these. I had 7 at one point, I think. The notes of this one: crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, and soft sugar cookies. This is, to me, the most perfect peppermint bakery that I could want. It's perfect amount of butter, perfect amount of cream, perfect amount of peppermint. This, it might not look like I used it, but I did put this in my warmer, my crock downstairs, and I won't light it now because you can't really light it after you put it in there because the wicks move. So you can see they kind of are off center. This lasted in the warmer probably 3 days. I mean, this isn't a crazy, in my opinion, a crazy knock you down throw, but it's there. It's a moderate throw. It's a beautiful peppermint bakery fragrance. This is a definite repurchase from me, even though I am paring back on how many candles I buy from Bath and Body Works. So that's this one. Definite repurchase, probably a 7 out of a 10 in terms of strength, maybe 6.5. Next, this, I've talked about this one in another candle review video, but I have many of these, so I'm going to talk about them in each one. This is Pumpkin Waffles from Walmart. Yes, Walmart. This is in the air freshener aisle, not the candle wax over in the home department. This is in the air freshener aisle. Notes. Well, this is described as hot from the griddle. Apple, pumpkin, and almond are layered with caramel, maple, praline, and vanilla for a mouth-watering experience. Topped with brown sugar for an extra sprinkle of yum. This is Bath and Body Works Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, cheaper version, I should say. I don't get apple. I don't get almond. I don't get praline. I get vanilla, I get waffles, and I get a little bit of sugar, the brown sugar sweetness. That's what I get. So I've said this before. I don't remember the price of these. Are they $5, $6? I don't remember. Is it an exact dupe for pumpkin pecan waffles? No, but it's good enough for me, and it serves its purpose. It's a nice fragrance. I will say this candle I only used exclusively in the crock. I didn't like this guy. But the candle that I reviewed before of this one, it must have been from a different batch because it was a little bit stronger. And this one was a tad weaker, but when I came down the stairs, typically the draft in my house, I can smell when I am melting, or I have, if it's strong enough, candle, if I have it lit, it goes up the stairs. And then what I have in my bathroom at the top of the landing at my stairs, I can smell downstairs. That's just how the draft works in my home. So I could smell this halfway up the stairs. I know it's good when I can smell that. So I will say sometimes I have a candle going downstairs that I can smell all the way upstairs. Sometimes it's in the middle of the stairway. So that's just telling you a little bit about how I gauge the performance of these candles. Would I buy this again? Absolutely. Do I need to? No, because I think I have 6 more in my closet. So this is a 7 to 8 out of 10 for me. Okay, next. This is Bath and Body Works Evergreen. Most of these are fall and winter. There might be 1 or 2 that isn't, but most of these are fall and winter because they're in the front part of my collection, and it's the time of year. So just wanted to say that. Evergreen. Notes: white fir needles, fresh cedar wood, and sweet sap. Now, Bath & Body Works has plenty of pine to choose from. There's fresh balsam, there's evergreen, there's tree farm. They have balsam and firewood, which is a new one. And there's a couple more I'm probably forgetting. I tend to just buy fresh balsam, tree farm, and evergreen. Evergreen is smooth. It's crisp. It's nice pine. Sometimes fresh balsam can be a little bit too, I don't know if I have a fresh balsam. Yeah, I do have a fresh balsam right here. So we'll talk about that. Comparing the two though, I like evergreen a little bit more. I love things that have cedar. This has cedar in it. I like blends that have cedar in it because it gives a little bit of tree without being air freshener. Sometimes with me, if I smell cheap pine, kind of like the Febreze bathroom sprays or the little tree air fresheners for the car, I just think that's cheap pine. These are higher quality, of course, but sometimes I like a smoother tree that has a little bit of cedar in it, that has a little bit of different fir, that isn't just straight air freshener pine. I hope that makes sense. So this one I had going in the crock exclusively. I did not light it. This lasted for 5 days. I put this on around Christmas time, and it just, I have a cat, and I do not put my large tree up, 1, for fear she'll hurt herself or electrocute herself, and 2, because I really don't want to ruin all of my ornaments, because my cat is the most curious cat in the whole entire world. She gets into everything. She's always getting in some shit. So I have not put my tree up for fear of those things. So I have to have pine going at Christmas time, so it just, gets you in the Christmassy mood, because I can't have a live tree in my home, and I have to suffice with candles and such. So this is a definite repurchase. This is an 8 out of a 10. I love this candle. I hope I never quit making this one. So, to piggyback on Evergreen, fresh balsam. Now, I know there are people out there that hate fresh balsam. I don't hate it, but I like Evergreen and I like Tree Farm a little bit better. The notes of fresh balsam. I might sneeze just in case. Woodland balsam, crisp eucalyptus, fir branches, and cedar wood. Now this has cedar in it too, but my nose picks up more cedar in Evergreen than I ever do in fresh balsam. Maybe because I've smelled fresh balsam for how many years now has it been out? And it's crazy popular. I smell more eucalyptus in fresh balsam mixed with the pine than I do the cedar. And as I'm getting older and my nose is getting, more set in its ways, I guess, I'm looking for that crispness of the cedar that I'm just not getting from fresh balsam. This Evergreen was bought in 2020. This was the 2020 line. These are beautiful luminary jars. I just, for me, with my cat, I'm not interested in many flames because, like I said, she gets into everything and it's just a hazard. So these are beautiful. I have lit several of these jars in the past before Poppy came into my life. So this, they are beautiful jars, you know, all around here, the luminary. And it's even marketed as a luminary jar. At least some of the newer ones are. I've seen it on the labels. So, fresh balsam. This one is from 2020 also. Would I buy this again? Yes, just because it's fresh balsam and it's a classic. But I prefer to have the other pine scents like I talked about. Okay, next, do I have any more pine ones in here that are outright pine? No, but I did notice I have a second peppermint sugar cookie. I used 2 of these this time. I didn't even notice. When I'm building up enough candles to talk about in a video, I put them up on the top of my dresser so I, you know, can keep track of them. And I didn't realize I have 2. I told you I like the scent. I have 2 in the same round. There you go, Ashley. Okay, let me get myself together here. I don't have any more pine ones really to talk about here. All right, now this past fall, I guess you could say, Bath & Body Works started doing limited release every week, once a week, on Fridays, Thursdays, Fridays, I think, a new candle would come out. And I don't have the bacon one. Hell no, that's dog food to me. Like, you know, like dog bacon strips. No, I didn't buy that one. And I think I got every one except the bacon one. So I think this was the second one to come out. I don't remember the order. I know there's a caramel pretzel one, there's a Thanksgiving one, there's this one here, and there's one more, maybe 2 more. I can't remember right now. This is the one that I wanted to use first. And what's cool with these labels is I really like on here, if you can see, it says, be there if I get the focus there. It says, maybe. Come on, camera. You were doing it. There we go. It says, it tried, new to vault. And I wonder when they're going to bring the vault ones out, because I surely to hell would love to see what they bring out of the vault. These were all new. This is Sweater Weather and Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. My opinion of this one, I lit it first to see how it went. And not only that, this is a heat sensitive label. So I don't remember what color this turned to, but it changed colors. And then I put it in my crock to finish. Juniper berries, aromatic eucalyptus, warm cinnamon, fresh ground clove, and natural essential oils. This is 100% Sweater Weather. Sweater Weather is so strong. I do not know why they chose Sweater Weather to blend with anything, because in my experience, even having a Sweater Weather in wax that, you know, isn't candles, Sweater Weather dominates everything it's in because it is so strong. I love Sweater Weather in home fragrance. Body care, I don't like the oils they have to use for it in the body care. It just doesn't mesh well with me. This is basically Sweater Weather, which I'm not complaining because I love Sweater Weather, but I wish, to my nose, a little bit of the Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin did show up in this blend, because I am one that loves Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. That's the OG. It's been around since I think I was in high school, I think, or even younger than high school. It's been around for a long time, and I really wish that it would get more love than it does. So if this came back, I would not buy this again. But I mean, it's Sweater Weather. It's strong. It performs well. An 8 out of a 10. Next. This is from 2020 again. I kind of bought a lot of candles in 2020. Moving my foot here. Sorry if I bump. Okay. This is 2020. Mary Madeleine cookie. This one, I have many of the candles in this label. There were probably 6 or 7, maybe 8 of them. I don't remember. I've had most of them. This one, I can't remember if I have a backup or not of this, but I should. I wish I would have bought another one if I don't have it. This is Baked Madeleine Cookie. spiced almond, sweet orange, and coconut. Some of my favorite oils that are out there in candle and wax land. This, I did not light this. I put it in my crock. You see how the wicks move around. This is comforting. It's like baking a coconut orange almond cake or just a fabulous cookie, and it's crisp. You get that just pulled a cake out of the oven feel, you know, like the just pull the cake out of the oven scent, like when you bake a cake and you pull it out of the oven, you get that fresh cake scent. That's what I get from this, but it's a little bit stronger with the coconut and the orange and the almond, if that makes sense. I loved this candle, and I don't remember if I have any more, like I said. This is a 9 out of a 10. If this ever came back, I would buy that again. The jar's beautiful too, you know, by the way. Next, Christmas cider. Another one from 2020. These notes: mulled cinnamon, crushed clove, creamy nutmeg, and simmering cider. I love this candle. I love the scent. This is soothing. It is all of the mulled spices and the cider that, you know, if you have wassail or you have of spiced cider going around the holiday time, this is perfect for that. I mean, it's depicted very, very well. You know, they were going off of that as a model. This is, I get the clove, I get the cinnamon spices, I get that almost like I can smell it if I have your, if you have your nose up to a cup of hot apple cider or wassail, it's almost like you're holding that right in your hands and you're smelling those beautiful spices as you drink it and let it warm you up. This is perfect. This, I would give this a 10 out of a 10 just on the beautiful blending that they did with all these oils together. However, I wish this was a little bit stronger performance-wise. You know it's there. It throws well. I wish it was just a hair more. Just a hair more. This is a 9 out of a 10. I might even give it a 10 out of a 10 just because I love how it smells. But we'll say 9 out of a 10. Definite repurchase for that. Next, 'Tis the Season. Gotta always have, I always have to have 'Tis the Season at Christmas time. This candle's from 2020. Told you I bought a lot that year. Rich red apple, sweet cinnamon, and cedar. This has been around for a long time. This is one of the most loved fragrances. They have it in soap. They have it in wallflowers, of course. It's such a staple in so many of our households, mine included. I love to use the soap throughout the winter time. I'll even use it in the middle of summer. I love this. I have so many of this candle. Not this particular wrap, but just the scent. This is next to A Perfect Christmas. This is my favorite Christmas scent from Bath & Body Works. This throws well. It's comforting. You get the apple, you get the cedar, you get a little bit of the rose. There's rose in here too. And you get a little bit of cinnamon. It is so good. It's nostalgic for me at this point. So fantastic. I love that. I'll never be without that. Next, this is a non-Christmas candle. This is one from 2020 again. This is Sweet Rosemary Vanilla. I'll tell you about this candle. This was from springtime 2020. Fresh rosemary, sweet vanilla cake, and whipped frosting. I was in my local store and I was taking some candles back to exchange back when it was easier to do. And I had a couple that I had purchased online and I just wasn't crazy about the scent. So I took them into the store and they had some of their spring ones out. This was after Candle Day. So, you know, Candle Day is the first Saturday in December. So I smelled this and I thought, wow, that is nice. Rosemary and vanilla cake. And this wasn't a super popular candle. And I don't know if this is one that is highly sought after. I've had 2 of these. And I put this in last week and I had it going downstairs. And I don't know what it was with this one. I should have lit it first. I didn't light this one. You can see the candles really did a number in this one. I could not smell this. It was like a 2 out of a 10 in terms of throw. But my first candle I had of this that I used, you know, last year or something, I smelled it fine. It was lit. So this one, I haven't seen it. Of course, I haven't been looking for it. But would I buy this again? Probably not, but it smells good. It's a nice cake with a little bit of sweet rosemary. So it's kind of probably one that you would have to smell first. It's hard to describe. Rosemary's hard to describe, in my opinion. So, but it's a cake. You can definitely tell that. Let's do a Goose Creek. Cinnamon Spice. They quit making their large jar candles. I still have maybe 20 some. I went crazy with Goose Creek candles when I figured out who they were, and I thought, you know, I believed all the claims that they were better than Bath and Body Works. And don't get me wrong, some of the scents are amazing, and some of the performance blows Bath and Body Works out of the water. But a lot of times I was buying and having more duds than successes. So I've stopped buying from Goose Creek, except there's a couple of scents I will make exceptions for. One of them is coming up. And then there's Trick or Treat from the Halloween time. I love that. That's always going to be one that I have in my home. Even if I have to skip a season and buy it every other year, I don't care. As long as they keep making it, I'll keep buying it. But Cinnamon Spice, there isn't much to talk about this one here because it's spicy cinnamon. And why I had this going, coming up to Christmas time, because I wanted to, you know, I was burning, not burning. I had 'Tis the Season in my crock. I had pine going. I changed out my candles quite a bit, you know, in the week of Christmas in my crock, because I always wanted to have something different going and just, you know, setting the Christmas holiday mood. So this here, I would buy again. This, I will say, I don't know if this is 3 years old or how old this is, but he has lost some potency. This was much, much stronger. When I lit it, of course, you can see I did light it. It was much, much stronger than it was now. And I lit it before I put it in the crock, you know, just to test it out. And I even had it in my Hurricane that I have downstairs, and it just wasn't there. So I put it in my crock to warm it up, and it still wasn't there. I could smell it if I was hovering around the area, but it didn't throw like I wanted it to. But I would buy this again just because it's cinnamon spice, and sometimes it's nice to have that going with other complementary scents, in my opinion, you know, around the holidays. Next, Frosted Coconut Snowball, Bath and Body Works. This is from 2020. It's like I'm getting all the 2020s used up. I love this candle. It sucks performance-wise, I'll just say it. This is probably a 4 out of a 10. I love the scent. These notes are toasted coconut, vanilla musk, and whipped cream. I love this. I love this in body care. I love this in soap. I love this in wallflowers. It is not a great performer candle-wise. I've had 5 of these candles throughout the years, and every year, except this past year, I didn't. I kept buying them every year thinking maybe this year it'll be better, and it lets me down. So I've learned my lesson, and I'm not buying any more frosted coconut Snowball anymore in the candles, because it smells amazing on cold, but it just falls short of being a spectacular performer. I won't buy this candle again, but I will buy it in body care and soap. Absolutely. Okay, next. This is another one from 2020. This is Pink Apple Punch. This was from I think this is the New Year's Eve line. I think they had after Candle Day. This is the line that had Frosted Moscow Mule that a lot of people went crazy for, that I didn't even, my local store didn't even get it in person. I had to buy it online. And it's kind of, to me, Frosted Moscow Mule, I think that's what it was called, is kind of like a watered down Island Margarita. That's my opinion of that candle. It was in this same line. This is a velvety label here. I almost sold this candle because I wanted to, you know, I didn't I wasn't into it at the time. But this is crisp apples, sun-kissed melon, and sugar. I decided to keep this candle versus selling it because I thought, you know, it's apple, it's fruit, it's juicy. It'll be good for any time of year, I guess. And I'm glad I kept this. I put this exclusively in my crock downstairs. I did not light it. This was a 10 out of a 10 performance-wise. It was strong. I could smell it upstairs, believe it or not. When this got warmed up, this was amazing. I know apple wax, this, I can't put my finger on. It's not Macintosh apple. It's not Granny Smith apple. I don't know what apple this is. Is it Pink Lady? Is it Gala? There's so many apples out there in the world. I don't know what apple it is, but it's sweet apple. And the melon, I don't know what melon is. Melon it is, of course, but it's just, it's fruity and it's strong. And would I buy it again? Maybe. I guess it would depend the mood I'm in when I'm shopping that day. So there's that. It's getting darker outside. I think the weather's coming in, so it's getting a little darker here in the room where I am. I don't have the light on upstairs. So upstairs, up in the room. So I'll speed it up here. Okay. Goose Creek Candy Lane Cupcake. I did not light this candle. I put it downstairs in my crock. I hated this candle. I'll just say that. It's weird. My husband thinks it's weird. I have a friend who thinks it's weird. And I think it's weird. It's Nutella Cupcakes. Nutella is hazelnut and chocolate. And vanilla cupcake and some other crap that's in here. But it doesn't smell like chocolate. It doesn't smell like hazelnut. It doesn't smell like Nutella. It doesn't smell like cupcakes. I don't know what this is, but a bunch of chemicals. This, in my opinion, is a 0 out of a 10. It's weird. We'll leave it at that. Sorry if you like that candle. I'm happy you get joy from it, but it's terrible, in my opinion. Spice. Bath and Body Works. This candle is from 2018. 2018. I have a candle older than this, and I almost used it, but I'm keeping it because it's my oldest candle. This is 2018. Aren't you proud of me for using it, though? As you can see, I burned through this candle, and then I threw it in my crock. I had this going I was kind of comparing it to Goose Creek cinnamon, because this spice is red cinnamon sticks, red cinnamon sticks, Christmas clove buds, and applewood bark. This basically is spicy cinnamon. It's not, I don't get cedar and I don't get applewood, but this is a beautiful spice. It's not super sharp spicy, but it is definitely spicy. I like this candle. This is a 10 out of a 10. It's a hell of a performer. I would buy this again if they even still make this. I don't even know if they make this. It might be Holiday. You know, Holiday is kind of a almost like this, but this is milder in the spicy cinnamon department than Holiday is. Holiday is very strong. I have that in my closet. I might work on that before winter's up. We'll see. Next, Frozen Lake. This is from 2020. Lavender leaves, cool eucalyptus, and juniper berries. This one, I love Frozen Lake. This is a little bit of masculine and a little bit of crisp cleanness and a little bit of relaxation from that eucalyptus. I really like Frozen Lake. I have it in soap, and I think I have one more candle of this. This throws well. I obviously have lit it and I put it on my in the warmer. It is probably an 8 out of a 10. It's a definite repurchase. It is just a masculine, clean scent. That's the best way I can describe that. Goose Creek Pumpkin Caramel Swirl. I don't think they make this anymore, but I will say this is one of the first candles I bought from Goose Creek. You can see it's well loved. The oils in the top of the jar, the soot. Yeah. I don't know how, I think if he's 3 or 4. I don't know how old he is, but I was hoarding this candle because I haven't seen this scent. Even back when I was shopping with Goose Creek, I haven't seen this for a long time. This is fantastic. I actually bought 2 of them and I gave one as a Christmas gift several years ago. I wish I would have kept it though, because this is pumpkin. I have the pumpkin pie Goose Creek large jar candle, and it is spicy. It is a spicy pumpkin pie. I haven't had a pumpkin pie that spicy in my life. I'm working on it. I can only handle it in small portions because it's so spicy strong. Anyways, this is, if it's supposed to depict the picture on the front here with the cream cheese layer, the graham cracker layer, and the pumpkin pie filling layer, it hits its mark. This, you can get the pecans. I get a little bit of a syrupy smell. I get pumpkin. I get lusciousness. This is fantastic. I wish they still made this. 10 out of a 10. Would repurchase if they still make it. But like I said, if they do make it, I don't know because I'm not really shopping Goose Creek. Coming down to the end here, guys. Carnival cake. This used to be called funnel cake in the past. And I will say, when it was called funnel cake, I liked it a little bit more because it actually smelled like a funnel cake. It had that little bit of a greasiness. You know, the greasiness, that fried dough with the sweetness of the powdered sugar on top. It actually made me feel like I was eating a damn funnel cake. It really did. This one here, it's weird. I don't know if they changed the oil in it or what, but it's not bad. I have this in soap too, and it does not smell anything like the candle, in my opinion. It's kind of chemical-y, and I put it away for a rainy day to see if I'll try it again at some other point. But this one here, it smells a little bit like it should, but it also is borderline chemical to me. If this performed like the first candle I had did, this would be a definite repurchase. And I know this is a popular candle. I mean, I see people in the candle groups I'm in talking about it, you know, when the time comes. This is a fall candle. I liked it. But when I bought this, I thought, yes, I'll have another one. But then when I started using it, I used this a couple of months ago and I put it away, and I recently, got back to using it. I didn't light it, of course. It was just in my crock. This, I don't know how I feel about this. It's a little bit too chemical-y for me. It's chemical and powdered sugar, which isn't a good combination in my opinion. Would I give this another try? Maybe. Jury's still out. Okay, 3 more. Winter Splendor, Goose Creek. I purchased this. This is Cedar, Cinnamon, and Firewood. I purchased 2 of these this past Christmas because this candle always sells out, and every year I am too late to the game. So when they had a candle sale, I grabbed it up and didn't look back because I wanted to finally try this. This, to me, honestly, is like 'Tis the Season, a cousin of 'Tis the Season. It doesn't quite have as much apple in it as I think 'Tis the Season does, but it does have cedar, cinnamon, and firewood. That's what the main notes on here are. And I'm sure there's more to it, but it's a quintessential winter candle. I love the scene on the jar, just that winter wonderland with a bench. I love that. It's so beautiful. I would buy this again. This is a 9 out of a 10 in my opinion. I really, really, really like this candle. It throws well. It performs well. I have another one. The next one I have, I'm going to light it and see how it performs lit. My last Goose Creek candle is Maple Butter. I wish, do they still make this? If somebody knows, can you please tell me? Because I would buy this again. This is what the jar says it is. Maple butter on pancakes. This is one of the first candles I bought back with pumpkin caramel swirl, the one I just talked about. This is fantastic. This is a 12 out of a 10. I love this. I burned this whole jar just about, well, 3/4 of the way, I should say. Then I put it on the warmer downstairs, and it is so good. It's maple. You gotta like maple. It's syrupy, it's pancakey, it's fantastic. 12 out of a 10, like I said. And finally, this is a candle from 2018. This is Peppermint Marshmallow. And I know this is a unicorn candle for so many people. So many of you want this. When this was out in 2018, I remember people went crazy for this. Last year, or the year before, I can't remember. Well, I shouldn't say last year. 2021 or 2020, I can't remember. One of those 2 years. I went into my Bath & Body Works local store, and I saw this guy sitting on a shelf. Obviously, someone returned him. They had a candle sale on. I picked it up and bought it. Why? I hate this candle. I hate this candle. I bought it because it's a unicorn candle. So definitely I wanted it for my collection. The notes are peppermint and spearmint with powdered sugar and marshmallow. It doesn't smell like peppermint. It doesn't smell like spearmint. It just smells like marshmallow to me. And it's just marshmallow. There's nothing special to it. I don't know why this was such a popular candle the year that it came out. I don't know why somebody returned it this late, like 3 years after it came out, probably because they realized it's nothing special and it sucked too. I used this because I wanted to move it on out of my collection, and I really just wanted to see if it blossomed when it was warm, and it didn't. So this is a 0 out of a 10. I hated this candle. But if you have this in your collection and you like it, I'm happy for you. I could have sold this. I really could have sold this for a pretty penny, but I decided not to. I used it. So those are all my candles. I didn't count them up, but I've got enough here. So thanks for watching my candle review. I'm working on another batch of candles, and when I have enough for a video, I'll review them for you guys. So have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you soon.